back to Stringman Guitars, trying a different camera angle. So we have a looks like a 92 Epiphone SG. Electronics have been replaced and the switch has been replaced. I'm not sure about the pickups. I brought it over last night. He says that the bridge and middle position do not work, and I figured before I do anything, I'm going to run downstairs and take this off and make sure that is it the switch or is it the pot. So there were two problems that I found, and I'll take it off the camera, go freehand. Okay, so as you see, they changed up the three-way switch, and somebody did an awful job of soldering right there, but that's how I figured it wasn't stock. And there's no dime-sized pots in here. They got full-size, what are they? Alpha pots. So the hot from the bridge pickup that comes down with the red wire jumps over here to the this lug here, and the white wire out of the black wire from the pickup goes to the hot. That was loose. It was just like, if you touch it, it would work, you know. So that came out. I made a new connection there, and this, oddly enough, this leg right here was up against the shielding, which as soon as I loosened the nut and turned it, problem went away. But there was still a problem. If you touched this, it would be intermittent, so had to strip the wires, cut the junky stuff off, and resolder that. So that's done, and now he wants to set it up with a set of 8s, super slinkies. So let's get to it. Alright, boys and girls, first rule of guitar repair, or is it Fight Club? Guitar repair is, does the truss rod work before we do anything? And it does. Since we're going from probably a 10 down to a set of 8 to 38s, got to make sure that truss rod works. It does, so we can continue. So I saw a tool on Facebook advertising from StewMac, and it's for a string stretcher. It's a hunk of plastic that they're selling for 20-some bucks. I can't recall the exact price, but when I have to resort to a plastic piece of garbage to stretch in guitar strings, I don't know, man. That just sounds hinky to me. Note the playing strings really don't get stretched in much. There's not much to stretch there, just the windings. I do stretch on both sides of the nut and the saddles. So I'm going to let it sit here for about an hour or so with the new neck tension on, with the 8 to 38s, extra slinkies, and see what we have. Let the neck acclimate to that string tension. In the meantime, and go get a sandwich. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Like I said, we wanted to have the wood acclimate to having much lighter strings on it, and checking the Checking the relief. Yeah, we got to put some relief in the neck. That's why we wanted to make sure that the truss rod worked. So that means we're going to back off the truss rod a little bit. See where that puts us. Man, still not there. We keep turning. Actually, I'm not going to keep on filming this. I'll be back whenever I get it loose enough. Okay, boys and girls, I think we've achieved our neck relief. Let it sit for a few minutes. Let's see here. Hold it 17th fret, 12,000th at the 7th fret. Still a little tight, slightly tight, but I have no string buzz, even not plugged in. So Gibson/Epiphone does not give a spec. They say between 10 and 15 thousandths of relief. I thought it was always 12, but I had a, go back to the ES335 we had here. I couldn't, because of the neck repair, I was afraid to turn the truss rod more than I had because I was afraid of re-breaking the neck. So there's no buzz, so I'm going to roll with that. I mean, it's slightly lower than 12th. I mean, it's just barely scooching under there, and you can see the string slightly move. The string height, we're at 5 thousandths, or no, 5/64ths, and we're at 4/64ths. And our intonation, let's hit our intonation, see where we are on the intonation lottery. E is good. A is right on. D is on. G is on. B is on. Amazing. You get your geometry right. He's a little sharp. I spoke too soon. Let's go ahead and fix that. Screwdriver. There it is. It says sharp, so the saddle's got to go back. And there are no rules for which way the screws are on the. Should the screws be on the back of the saddle or the front of the saddle? No rules. Doesn't matter. There you are. The E is in. So, what did we do? Oh, one of the things we did was we discovered that this model of Epiphone SG, you guys know what SG stands for? Put it in the comments. SG. This SG has a two-way truss rods. Thank goodness, because whenever it was loose, the truss rod was doing nothing. I was still had the neck was still too straight. So what do you know? It had a two-way truss rod. So yay. So we got the intonation. We got new strings, 8 to 38s. We put this guitar grease, it's graphite paste, at the nut and on the saddles for tuning stability. We polished the frets, we cleaned the fingerboard, we oiled the fingerboard with some F1. Oh yeah, and before we started any of the mechanical stuff, there was the middle position and the bridge position were not working, and so we spent about maybe 45 minutes to an hour with the voltmeter and just overall looking, and discovered that, as you see in the video earlier, that there was a loose hop on the volume pot, and the tone pot was grounding itself out. So we fixed that. Electronics are sorted. String height, or no, not string height, pickup height. Let's see where that ends up. Oh, that's good. That's good. It's not often that happens. Perfect. Perfect. And let's make sure that you can see space between the back of the bridge and the string as it passes over the saddle, and you can. So no problem there. We're going to call this done. Put the truss rod cover back on. If Yin's guys live in the greater Pittsburgh area, Yin's is Pittsburghese for you guys, you all, whatever your area dialect may be. In Pennsylvania, we got Pittsburghese. So, if any of yins, boys or girls, need your axe sharpened, check us out. stringmanguitars@gmail.com. Check us out at Stringman Guitars on Facebook. Shoot me an instant message. Oh, we're also going to, as I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to start a Facebook group for those of you that have questions on what to do for your guitar, what to how does this work, how do I fix that, whatever. And also I'm going to invite a bunch of techs. We have techs in Pittsburgh that want to jump in to be part of that. We're going to do that. Haven't come up with a name yet, but I'll be making it over this weekend. So, Epiphone SG with upgraded electronics that work now. And why do I leave those strings dangly like that? Because you never know until you're done when you might have to loosen your strings to make adjustments. So that's the last thing you do. So let's see what kind of noise this makes. It worked. Try the middle. Check this out, this effortless bending. So peace, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time when we're working on a EVH Wolfgang with the D Tuna. Peace, take it easy.